To create one's world in any of the arts takes courage. Artist Georgia O'Keeffe. Hi everyone, it's Amber and welcome to my YouTube channel, Amber Goodwin Art. Today I wanted to share a super fun ring pour diptych set that I created, inspired by the Obsidian rainbow lava rock that you see right here. Now, the Obsidian rocks are literally created from lava, and once you sand them down and shine them, you get these beautiful interference paint-like rings and ribbons that are simply gorgeous. So this rock was really my inspiration behind this painting today. And I definitely want to attempt a ribbon pour as well using these same colors because they're simply beautiful. And speaking of color, today I'm using all interference paints with the exception of Oxide Black by Amsterdam. I am using Golden Interference Violet, followed by Golden Interference Gold. I also used some Golden Interference Green and followed by Golden Interference Blue. I have some Golden Interference Orange. I also used some Tri-Art Interference Turquoise, which Tri-Art is the only brand that has interference turquoise. It is so beautiful. And I also used some Tri-Art Red mixed with some Golden Interference Gold. Now, I want to apologize beforehand. I forgot to hit record when I layered my cups. So again, I'm so sorry about that, but I didn't really have a certain layering that I did for these interference paints. I used a 9-ounce cup for each canvas to layer my paints. So here are my cups that I accidentally forgot to hit record. Again, I apologize, but it doesn't really matter because you're using interference paints and then black. But I did make sure that when I layered my cup, I started off with layering an interference color first. And then I layered my black, and then I alternated my layering. So interference, black, interference, black, interference. That was my layering right here. I also made sure that I kept my paints extremely thick. And I have realized that when you keep your paints super thick for a ring pour, especially a tree ring pour, your rings will be so defined and so crisp compared to paints that are thinner. So I mixed my paints at least 72 hours in advance, and I let them sit overnight for 3 days. I also mixed up some what we call extender paint, which is kind of like your base paint. I mixed that fresh, so I had to pop some bubbles, and it basically just gives your ring pour paints room to move on your canvas and you're not stuck with less paint. So I highly recommend having some extender paint mixed up in advance. You can also use paint that is like, you know, your drips are perfect to use as your extender. You don't have to mix up fresh paint. So anything that is left over can be used. So I sped my video ×2, but this was a very slow process. Now, some people may think that, oh, this is fluid art. You just layer your colors and you just pour it. But it's a very methodical, a very conceptual thought process for me, at least as an artist, when I am layering my colors and when I am pouring. So you gently control your movement, you see how the paint is moving, and then I go clockwise and counterclockwise just to give some interest to the rings while I am pouring. So in this particular painting that I'm doing on my right-hand side, I kept the layering of my interference paints thicker. that is why the rings of those interference paints were more prominent and larger compared to the black. On my left-hand side, I decided to keep the layering of the black a lot more thicker than the layering of the interference paints. And therefore, my rings that had the black layering was thicker. So it's really key to remember that when you are doing these, the thicker the layer you have of a color, the thicker that ring will come out. And I was super happy that I kept the paint thick because I was really able to hold my shape of my rings. Now you can absolutely use a spinner for this as well if you need to. I wanted to stretch it out by hand and see how the rings would fall on the canvas once I tilted. And I also wanted a very natural look to my painting that would resemble the Obsidian rainbow lava rock. It was just so inspiring. And here is the wet result. Now, the interference paints will really shine or show their color once they are dry, but you can already see there is a lot more black in this painting, and there's a lot more gold and violets and interference blues in this one with some hint of green and the red as well. And then in my next one, which is down below, you see that the rings of the interference paints I kept thicker, so you have more prominent and thicker rings. And you can see that interference turquoise by TriArt. It is simply beautiful. And this is interference orange that I used. And here I just did a test piece. I was testing a split cup. But yeah, this is what I did. I had some interference gold left over, so I made some coasters of that. So I can't wait to resin these. But yeah, anything left over, make coasters, do little fun projects. But there you have it. Next, I will be back with the dried varnish results. Here is the dried result of my ring pour diptych set inspired by the Obsidian lava rock, and these dried amazing. I am super happy. The colors are so vibrant. I'm really happy with the thick rings, with the thicker paint. I did varnish them, but I decided to resin them instead. I normally don't like to resin canvases, but I really wanted these colors to pop and shine. So yeah, I will resin these and I will be back with the dried resined results. And just one last thing, see how the black rings were thicker in this painting? So there's a lot more black compared to the interference in the second one. But yeah, overall super happy. I cannot wait to share the resin results in the next clip. Here is the resined result of my Obsidian Rainbow Lava Rock inspired diptych set. Now I am wearing gloves because I do not want fingerprints on my resin finish, and resin can be a little bit hard to film and photograph because of the shininess, but I wanted you guys to see how perfect the resin finish is. I normally don't have good luck in resining canvases, but I am super happy with how the resin turned out and how it dried. There's no dents, no dust, so I'm super pleased. And I really like how the edges are super clean and covered with resin as well. So let me know if you guys want to learn how I resin my pieces. I'll definitely be more than happy to do a video on that. And here is a close-up. Now this is the painting where I used thicker layers of black, and as you can see, the rings of the black color are thicker. And I do really like the composition of this one. And this second one, you can really see the thicker layers of the interference paints. I really love the corners where you can see the TriArt interference turquoise. And by the way, I am a TriArt affiliate, so you can use my code Amber's Awfully Awesome Art and save 10% on their website. I will have that information in the description box. And it's free shipping on $75 or more. So yeah, there you have it. And next I will share how these look like in natural sunlight. Here is the resin result outside in the natural sunlight. I wanted y'all to see how the interference paints look once they are in natural sunlight with the resin. They really show their color shift. And it really does resemble the Obsidian lava rainbow rock that I was inspired by to create these. And I normally don't like to resin canvases, but I'm happy I did in this case, and the resin job was pretty amazing. And I'll have everything linked in the description box of the materials that I used and the colors and so forth. So definitely check that out. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a resin tutorial video to see how I resin my pieces and what my process is, because I do have a different process for wood panels and then a different process for canvases. But I normally only resin wood panels and tiles, but I'm glad I resin these. Well, let me know what y'all think about this video and these paintings. And until next time, stay safe, stay classy, stay awfully awesome, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.